Hey, everybody. This is Sam Bauer with the Wherever You Go podcast. And I am here today with two very special guests, Antoinette and William Bauer.
Hello. Hello. Can you call me Andy, though?
Yeah.
I don't like Antoinette.
Okay. Oh, but it's such a beautiful name.
I know. I like it. I just
Yeah,
don't
and
like
me,
it when
Will.
people tell me.
Okay. Yeah. So Will and Andi. I have my kids today with me. You guys know that they have been a really big part of my business. They've been a really big part of inspiring me to become a better person and to grow. And I just thought that it would be fun to ask them some questions and to share with you all and kind of see what they say. So I don't have their answers, but I do have just some questions that I'm going to ask them. But I wanted to start off today with Matthew 18:3. Will, do you want to read this? Here, all right, 18:3.
And said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven."
Yeah, so that speaks to childlike faith because there's something really special about kids and how they love God. You guys are able to love God in ways that grown-ups sometimes can't see, and you're able to understand things sometimes in ways that even grown-ups can't understand, and I think that's super special. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Because you guys know that God is God and that Jesus came and he died for our sins, right? And
He
then
also did many miracles.
yeah, he also did many, many miracles. Yeah, go ahead.
Like when he, like if anyone knows the Abednego, Meshach, and what was the other guy's name?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, that happened before Jesus though, right?
Yeah, but why was there a fourth man in the fire then?
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I should have let you tell that story. All right, Mommy's going to try really hard to let you guys tell the stories and not interrupt. Go ahead.
And so there were three men. There's actually four men. Abednego, Meshach, and Shadrach, and David. David was also in the story. David and the lion's den was in the story.
Daniel and the lions. Den.
Daniel. Sorry, Daniel, not David.
But I think that's a different story.
Nope.
All right, you tell it, girl.
So they were teenagers when this happened. Abednego, their actual names were like something like Steve or something, I forget. And we learned about this in school. And they were names like normal names. Then they had to change their names. But for some reason, Daniel didn't change his name. So they, I'm just gonna skip ahead for a second.
Yeah.
So they ate a bunch of, so the king, a bunch of blah, 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 they were good people, blah, 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 the king liked them, blah, 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 and other stuff happened. And God told them, and then they said, and then the king said, eat my delicious food since you are such great people. So they didn't eat the food because God told them not to eat the food. It would make them not look good and fat.
Oh, no.
Dick.
So then what happened?
And then they didn't eat the king's food like they were supposed to. They ate vegetables and other stuff that's healthy for you. They didn't eat the meat like chicken or lamb or anything that's really bad for you.
Okay.
Like junk food, like chips. Even though chips weren't invented back then.
Yeah. So then what happened?
And then one day, and then they, blah, 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 they were the best of them all, blah, blah, blah. We're going to the story with the actual part that actually involves Jesus in it. So, one day at the palace, they live in the palace, by the way. Forgot to mention that. So at the palace, there's a big, golden statue of the king. And the king declared this. I'm going to do it in his voice. I declare everyone... I'm not even gonna... I declare everyone to bow down to the statue.
No.
Statue, because I am a god.
Oh, no. And then
He had to believe it 2 times. It took him 4. King Sol took it. I forget his name. It's not Sol. But I'm just gonna King Z.
Okay.
Because that's what my teacher called him.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh, yeah. King Solomon. I think that's the wrong name.
Okay, so then what happened?
Yeah. So, sorry. My brother's distracting me. So, wait, where was I? I'm sorry.
There was a golden statue.
There was a golden statue of the king, and he declared that everyone must bow down to him because he is a king. I mean, God. Which he is not a god. The true God lives up in heaven.
Okay, and then what happened?
And then they didn't bow down to it like they were supposed to when they passed by it. And then King Saul got very mad, and he said, "If you don't bow down to my statue one more time, I will throw you into the flaming furnace." The furnace, not furnace. Not furnace.
Okay, and then what happened?
Sorry, I'm sorry. And then they still didn't bow down. And they said, "I will give you one more chance. But if you don't bow down next time, I will make the furnace 2 times harder." 10 times harder, actually. And they still didn't bow down. So they had to get thrown into the... And then he said, "That's it. I am throwing you into the flaming furnace 20 times harder."
Yikes.
So they got thrown into the flaming furnace. So they had to go in the flaming furnace with, I think it was around their necks, I think. Rope around their necks, I think.
Okay.
No, it wasn't around their around their waist and hands. And when the goals opened it, they melted to death.
It was so hot that the guards melted?
Yeah.
Yikes.
And they got thrown in. And then they died. Just kidding, they didn't. I want to make it dramatic. Plot twist. They didn't die. They survived. And in the furnace, there were only 3 men. But when in the furnace, when King Zol, I forget his name, King Z went to go look in the fire, see if they were dead or not, which they probably will. But they won't. There were 4 men in the fire.
Wow.
Abednego, Meshach, Shadrach, and Jesus.
Whoa, so there was a 4th in there saving him. So stories like that have taught you guys that
Wait, not done yet.
God...
Sorry. And then they walked out, and they had no flames on them, and they didn't smell bad at all. The end.
Great. So yeah, so stories like that have really taught you guys that God is always with us, right? Even when we get into hard times, maybe, to stand up for what we believe and not let other people tell us what to believe or what we should do, right?
We have rights.
We have rights?
Yep. I learned about that in a book.
That's great. So how do you guys know from what, not from Bible stories, but in your own experiences, have you experienced times when you really feel like God is with you and he's helping you to get through? Will, why don't you tell us about a time?
Um,
Can you think of anything? Or how do you know? Or
one time at school, I was about to take a test, and I prayed about it because I forgot to study my flashcards.
yeah.
That's my fault. Oh, wait.
And then, so, I prayed before the test,
Mm-hmm.
and then I passed it with time to spell.
Yeah.
Though I did miss two.
You missed 2, but you still passed. So you think that God was there with you, helping you to have a clear mind. And yeah. So that's really good. So you guys know Mommy does this podcast, and I try to talk to people about following the dreams that God has put in their hearts. And one of the reasons that I wanted to have you guys talk on here is because you guys helped me see that I was in a place that I shouldn't be, and you guys inspired me to quit my job and start our business that we have. And you guys have been a really big part of our business, right? You guys are in the office all the time, and you help Mommy put together marketing things and goodie bags to take out to people, and things like that. So what do you guys think about that?
Awesome.
You like it?
Everything is awesome.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
you like it better now than when I was.
Oh yes. You were away. She was away almost every single dang darn day. We barely got to see her.
Although that doesn't mean we had McDonald's every night.
True.
They did get McDonald's when Mommy was traveling because Daddy would let
Which
them
is
get
basically
McDonald's.
every day.
No, they did not eat McDonald's every day. Don't. We're not that bad.
No, she was gone every day.
I was gone a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed her so much.
But we've had a lot of sacrifices too, in the last few years. It's been better because we've been together, but we've also sacrificed some things, right?
I can also think of one time that was God God was with me
Tell us about a time that God was with you, Ann.
when I was in the hospital.
When you were in the hospital. Yeah, God
It
was.
was for something days. I forget, 19, 15,
14. You were there for
14 days. It was the worst. I hated it. Over Christmas. Worst time ever.
But did you really felt that God was there with you? Yeah, I felt that he was there with us too. Every day, huh? He was coming out of the walls. And did that make you stronger, do you think, that experience?
Yep, it gave me the non-fear of needles because I had so many.
Yep, you don't have any fear of needles.
Nope.
So that's a good thing. And maybe we value each other a little bit more after that happened, huh?
Value?
Yeah, like we don't take each other for granted.
What does granted mean?
Okay. That means like we really care and we realize that like we want to cherish every minute that we have together, because when things happen like that, it can be a little bit scary. But God was with you, right? Yep. And he got you through it. And we're kind of grateful that that you're very healthy now, right? And you're growing, and God's been with you for that, right? And so do you feel, and do you know even more, that God chose you to be here?
Yes.
Yeah, and he made you exactly the way you are because he loves you so much. Yep. Because if you weren't supposed to be here anymore, you wouldn't be, right? But here you are, shining like a shining star, telling stories about the Bible on Mommy's podcast and being this beautiful, amazing little human. So I think it's pretty clear that God has chosen both of you to be here and to be each other's brothers and sisters and to be Mommy's kids. Because without you guys, Lord knows Mommy wouldn't be where she's at, huh? All right, so what about this question? What do you wish more grown-ups knew?
About Jesus.
You wish more grown-ups knew about Jesus?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Tell us.
Because if they don't believe in Jesus, I would just feel horrible because they wouldn't go up to heaven and they wouldn't have everlasting life.
Yep.
And they would just go down to hell.
Yep. There you go.
That would be the worst.
That would be the worst.
If I didn't believe in God and I went down to hell with Satan, I would not be okay. I would cry.
Yeah. But we're going to get to have everlasting life and be in heaven with Jesus,
Yep.
right? That's going to be so cool.
So people, believe in God or else you won't go up to heaven and have everlasting life.
That's great advice, Andy. Will, what advice do you wish that more grown-ups knew? Was there something that you wish more grown-ups knew? Can't think of anything.
Andy took mine.
She did? You were going to say the same thing?
Sorry!
That's awesome. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting you to say, like, you wish they knew that
About cotton candy.
cotton candy. So that's good. So here's one for you, Will, that you can answer first so Andy doesn't steal your answer. If you had to give a grown-up advice about following the dreams in their heart, what would you say? Because sometimes grown-ups get scared to follow their dreams in their hearts. Can you come a little bit closer so people can hear what you say?
You should follow your dreams because it's better to try and fail than not try at all.
That is very good.
Okay, that's not mine. Thankfully.
Yeah. So, because if we try and fail, that's just not God's plan for us, right?
Yeah.
So he'll either teach us a lesson or,
Do not play soccer.
open up a different
Wait, did
open
you
up a
say
different
drop and
door.
play soccer?
He said do not play. He said playing soccer was not in his plans. So that's
no.
not what he's doing, which is
Soccer was
totally
the
fair.
worst.
Do you want to answer that question too?
Yes. I would say always do what your heart means to do. Like, God tells you where to go and what to do. Like, if you do it and it doesn't work out for you, then it doesn't work out for you. If you want to start a baking job, if you wanted to start a tennis job and it didn't work out for you, that's fine. Go to, and if your heart is set on cooking, then go cook. And if that works out for you, boom, that's what you do for the rest of your life, baby.
Yeah, so and it could change, right? Because we talked about this
Because you
today.
might get fired.
Well,
fired.
if you own your own business, you don't get fired. But sometimes it doesn't work out, right? And we talked about, like you said today, like God will direct us and he'll help us know what to do because the Holy Spirit lives in our heart. Well, we talked about this today at church, right?
Oh, yeah.
That the Holy Spirit lives that's God living in our heart, and he's going to help us. He's going to help us to make decisions and help us figure out where to go. All right. So the other thing I wanted to talk about with you guys, because we do this every morning, is we do affirmations every morning. So on the way to school, we share what we need from God that he's already given to us that we're going to use in that day. And so can you guys share like some of the affirmations that you have in the mornings that you've had in the past?
I am a good singer. I am a good reader. I am amazing.
You are amazing. Will, what about you?
Oh, wait, Mom, remember the child of God.
Well, we're not there yet.
Okay.
So, but that's okay. Go ahead, Will.
I am respectful. I don't know if I've done this one before.
It's okay. You can do it
I
now.
am humble.
Oh,
Oh,
that is
you've
a
never
good
done
one.
that before.
And I am a child of God.
Well, I've never
Yeah.
done humble before.
So we do this every morning, and it's really
Today and yesterday.
been good. Yeah, we tend to forget to do it on the weekends, but we definitely do it during the week because we're on our way to school. It's like our little routine. But how does it make you guys feel? Will, you had a really good answer for that when I asked you earlier. Like, how do our affirmations make you feel?
Ready for the day.
Makes you feel ready for the day, right?
It makes me feel
Normal.
me.
Makes you feel
Just
you.
makes me feel like I'm me.
Yeah,
Just makes me feel
that's good.
just me.
Yeah, because God made you. And it gives us confidence to go into the day knowing that we're prepared and we are what God has equipped us to be so that we can be who he chose us to be. And then after we do our affirmations, what do we say? God chose me.
God chose me
Yep.
to be
Okay.
me.
Yeah, that's perfect. And well, what can you choose one to say?
God chose me to be gymnast.
A gymnast. Yeah, that's awesome.
He's amazing at gymnastics.
So we say something different every day. You know, some days, we'll say, God chose me to be Andy's brother. And some days he'll say, God chose me to be Mommy's son.
And some days for me.
Yeah, and Andy will say, God chose me to be Elle's friend. Or
My best friend who's moving, sadly.
yeah, so we say these things on our morning commute together, and we call Daddy on the phone, and he says them with us. And it's a really nice way to start the day, to feel empowered. Do you guys think that other people might get something out of doing that too?
Yes.
Like people, if more people did those affirmations, maybe they would feel more confident to go be the person that God made them to be. And how does it work best? Like when you are saying your affirmations, Will especially, because Will's been very, very good at saying things that he really needs to be in areas that he might be struggling in. So like I'm respectful, or you'll say a lot, I am focused.
Yeah.
Because he sometimes has a hard time focusing in school. Does that reminder to yourself remind you that, all right, I know I struggle with this, but I'm going to say it because I know God already equipped me to do this, and I'm ready to go tackle that? Yeah. You guys can't see them nodding, and it's also past their bedtime, so I think they're getting a little cooped up. So we're going to wrap it up, but I'd like, before we finish it up today, do you guys have anything else? Like, if you could tell people out there, moms and dads, who are trying to...
You're amazing.
That's great.
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amazing.
Yeah, tell them what you want them to hear.
You're amazing. You can do anything. You are a child of God. If you believe in Him, you can fly.
That's great.
Probably.
What about you, Will? Do you have anything you would want to add to that?
Don't try to fly.
Or to say to people and encourage them and inspire them?
You can do anything if you believe, except like flying.
Except flying.
Okay.
If like you
Do
try
not
to
trust an
jump off-
8-year-old. Me.
If you try to jump off a cliff,
You'll probably break.
going to fall.
Yeah, you're probably going to die.
Okay, so
like
that's some good advice. But unless you're taking a leap of faith, right? Which wouldn't be literally jumping off of a thing. All right, so
That would be
let's-
if that would be in space.
okay. Yeah, then you would go up and not down. All right, kiddo. So since Will got to read the last Bible verse, I'm going to let you read this one, Joshua 1:9.
Have I not commanded you? Wait.
Yep.
You be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened, and do not dismayed. For the Lord
Yep.
your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua is Jesus.
Yep. Nope. That's perfect. That's perfect. So thank you all for listening today. I hope you enjoyed hearing this and got something out of it. And if you like what you're hearing, please comment, share it with a friend. Have an amazing week, and know that you are loved.